Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you to take a starter out of a 2006 Honda Accord LX. I've already taken off the top black cover. Three bolts and two nuts. One bolt here, one nut here, one nut here, one bolt here, and then one kind of hidden back down in here that I almost missed. Can't really see, but one bolt here. One bolt on a bracket down over on the bottom over here. Take that out and manifold comes off. Okay, so I took off the top ground bolt here, undid these connectors here, little tabs, just squeeze them and they pop off, and then unplugged all the wiring from here. I also unplugged the sensor that was attached right here. Yeah, that sensor that was attached right there. And I just pulled it down, didn't disconnect it, just pulled it down and moved it out of the way, so it's just sitting right here. So when I need to put it back in, I'll just wrap it back around. The gasket came out. Took the gasket off. Manifold came loose. And the only thing holding it in right now is this line, which I think I'm going to undo. And this intake, which is holding it in still. So I don't have enough room yet to actually see down in there. Needs to be pulled out farther, so I have about a good 2-3 inches to pull it back. So I'm gonna try and pull these off and give me more room. Okay, so I've taken a lot more apart. Took apart the airbox. I took off, or I undid this, which released it from the airbox, and then I took out the 4 bolts holding it in. It's still being held on by this little wire here, so I just pushed it out. I just pushed it out of the way. I also undid the connection between these two, and all I did was just squeezed the wire and it released it. I also undid one more hose, if I can find it. Oh yeah, down here. I did this hose because it didn't have any give, no leeway, so it was stopping me. I had to undo that. And then lastly, I pulled the bolt out of this wiring harness so that I can pull the exhaust or the intake out, because it had no give either, so I had to pull that out. But now that I've done this, I can now pull back the intake and I can see the starter down there, and let's see if I can get to it. Okay, so I finally got enough of everything out. I was able to pull it far enough out without bending anything. And there's the starter, you can see. So I just have to disconnect this, and then there's a couple bolts down here and over here. One in the back, one in the front. And I should be able to pull that out. And that's it. Okay, so I am testing the starter, and let me just hook it back up because I just got this going, and I was just testing, and I was amazed by what it was doing. So here we go. And that's it. It just dies. So I'm going to connect it back up again. And then it dies. I let go. So it's the starter. Starter will run for a little bit, and then it'll just die. So that's it. So this is a good starter, one that I pulled from an '03 Honda Accord. And this is what your starter should do. And so I gotta trying to hold the phone and do this at the same time. So let's just move. So you're gonna hear the motor spinning. Okay. So that's, you can hear the continuous motor spinning. That's how it's supposed to go. So I put out a piece of cardboard during this entire removal of the starter, and I labeled all the parts. That way, when I put it back together, I know what's what. And also, this video I made so that I could review it and put them all back together also. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment and I'll try and get back to you. I haven't bought a new starter yet, so maybe that'll be the next video of putting the starter back in. But it's going to be the same process, just in reverse. Thanks.